we've been watching the news. We've been seeing tragic events of Tyre Nichols losing his life. Um, I don't even know, man. It come to a point where I told myself I wasn't even gonna watch that video, and then I watched that video. That video pissed me off so bad, yo. If you can only imagine how I felt when I was watching that video. I don't even know. Like a lot of times, I watch the videos and I'm pissed, but this time I was past pissed. It was at a level where the disrespect for life was just so evident. And it just, to me, I just can't understand how it even got to that situation. It seems like there was an agenda there, and I still can't understand how you went from pulling somebody over for reckless driving, even though there's no evidence of that, because they pull all the cameras around in the area and there's no evidence of him reckless driving. And then all of a sudden doing all type of stuff to this dude. And I remember we was talking about it last week, and OG said his pop said he ran because he was scared. You're damn right he was scared. They was whooping his. He's supposed to be scared. What you supposed to do when somebody trying to kill you? You're supposed to try and escape from them. So I don't. Man, I don't even know what to say, really, man. I'm just sick of this, and I realize that you know blue is its own color. You don't have to be white, Chinese, or whatever else. You be black. The system is under the same impression no matter what color you are. It tells you that the black life means nothing. So whether you black, white, purple, or pink, when you look at a black life out there when you're policing, they look at that life as its media core anyway. It doesn't mean too much. So let you guys talk, because I'm kind of sick of this shit, man.
I didn't watch the video. I can't. I don't want to. But I think it's like it's getting to a point where you know how like when something happens so often, like it gets to a space where it's like numbing. And I hate that for this kind of situation because it's life, it's not, I don't know, a regular situation where, like, okay, if you walk past this plant at the end of your street every day, like you don't realize it's there anymore because you've been seeing it every day for however many years, you know. But it's like this is something that we shouldn't get to that point, but it's just like at this point, what do we do? Because nothing is working to make it better.
You know what? I just look at it. They don't have no respect for black life, period. So neither, like you said, blue is his own color. So when you look at it, the black man and the white man don't have no respect for the black life. It's like they're trained to do us to do a disservice to us in the street, and it should have never gotten to that point. You would think that because there's some black officers, and let's not mistake it, white officers was there too, that we should get into that a little later. uh but it should have never gotten to that point. There should have been somebody there should have said, hey man, what are y'all doing?
Yeah,
Y'all
the
need to
five
cut
black
it out.
officers that was there, they
Yeah,
should have said, "Hey, let's not kill
yeah,
this black dude."
Like
yeah.
y'all doing too much, Like y'all slow. Like all right, y'all doing too much. Somebody should have spoke up.
But you know what? Just like, and this is fictional, but like on BMF, how on the most recent episode, the black officer was the one who was like trying to do what was wrong, and the other officer was like, "Nah, this ain't what we doing. He got to go to the hospital."
Yeah.
Like, where is that person? Like, they don't have that in real life.
No, it's
No?
it's yeah, art ain't imitating fiction in this case. No, it's only it's not imitating life at all. It's only in the case. It only happens in the shows on TV, man. Because I mean, quite honestly, you know, if somebody gets pulled over, you generally know, when you're speeding or what you're doing or whatever. You kind of know, right? Even if you try to talk yourself out of it, you kind of know. If you listen to this guy, he's genuinely asking, and you can hear it in his voice. What did I do? What did I do wrong? What's going on?
What did I do?
Yeah, it was all a pretense. Them saying, it was reckless driving. That was it was cloaked in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reckless drivers, they could pull them over. These guys are dirt bags. They've been doing it. They've been doing this forever. They just finally killed somebody. They finally killed somebody, and now they got to pay. And
or
honestly,
they did it before, and this is the only one that got,
That's quite possible. That's quite possible too, because listen, they knew that they had exposure, that they could potentially get in trouble. They knew this, but they were hoping that their cover story that they kept throwing at each other. Oh, you saw him trying to grab my gun. He swung at me. Almost hit. Bro, come on, man. We're not falling for the okie doke. This really is. It's a shame. I mean, it's a shame. And then all these people stood there, and the 5 officers are beating this guy, and then you have all these other officers, however many, standing around and watching. And then ambulance shows up. In normal situation, these ambulance, they're supposed to render aid, right? Supposed to make sure that the person, is okay. Mm-hmm. Take him to the hospital. This guy could have probably lived. Maybe the vegetable, who knows? He could have probably lived. All this internal bleeding and stuff. They called about the golden hour. They had him sitting out there on the ground, propped up. The guys in the ambulance sitting around.
Owning.
I don't know doing what, but I saw the officers high-fiving each other, walking around sweating like they just got playing football or something. They just got playing football or something. I mean, running around panting like dogs.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened when that ambulance came. They came and they went off of what the officers was saying.
Oh yeah, they told them some crap.
And what they was doing. They went off of what their notion was. And so therefore they just sat back and did nothing because of the tone they set at that scene. So even when those paramedics got there, they set that tone to not let them provide the aid that they should have provided, because they didn't separate themselves with those killers,
Right, exactly.
That's what they are, they should have went and provide aid, and that's what your job is there. That's what you're there to do, is provide aid and CPR and take them to the hospital as soon as possible.
Speaking though,
y'all missing
usually when ambulance come on the scene, they don't wait on the cops to tell them, if the person is not armed or anything, you can go help the person. You don't have to wait till somebody tells you to go help them.
Yeah,
the person's not armed, not a threat to anybody. That's your job, is to go render aid. You don't wait on them. Yeah.
Y'all missing the point of even when a black body is harmed and hurt and traumatized, we still looked upon as there's nothing wrong with them. They just,
Mm-hmm. I feel like the people who are on the wrong side of these situations, I feel like this is their, like, when they do stuff like this, is their get back from as a child I was teased, or whatever. Then they go.
You need therapy
and take out their frustrations on people who don't even deserve it, because regardless of the situation, ain't nobody deserve to be beat like that.
I got a question for y'all, man. Look at the anger though. Like these, like, why are you that angry in the first place?
Why are you
you shouldn't be a cop. You should not be a police officer with that kind of anger. Because he ran, so now you're gonna make him pay for it because you ran?
I just don't get
why are you that angry?
Well, like they say, all king folk and skin folk. So, but my thing is, I didn't watch the video, but I heard it.
Yeah, you don't
want I'm never gonna watch it.
I looked at a couple pieces of it twice.
They beat him. All killings are bad, right? all killings are bad, but the way y'all beat him to a pulp, like y'all beat him so bad. All he can beg was, and I heard that he was like a couple of 100 meters from the
He was
house, so
like
he's
there's
screaming for his
like
mom.
200 people from his house or something.
Yeah, so he's trying to yell for somebody, like Laura said, nobody has a conscience, nobody has a heart. Like that can be my brother, my son, my nephew. Nobody
And
can
at what
say.
point do it take 5 people to do anything to one person?
And he
But
like this
they have
big,
plenty
and
of
he
time to
was like
stop though.
this big.
They
Like
have plenty
what,
of time to stop though.
150,
Yeah.
160,
He's
I
like,
give
yeah, he's
him
like 6'3", 150.
that's why I
And
can't watch the video, because it
and
just takes me to my oldest son, because it remind me, because my son, it just takes me to a place where I'm thinking every 5 minutes that can be my son, because my son is tall, because sometimes the height, you might have those police officers that are shorter, and then the person is that tall. Exactly. My son is like 6 foot,
you got
6'1".
I mean, you got a bullseye on your back if you're a big dude, especially if you get pulled over, because they're already looking at you as a threat. I mean, this
But the
is
thing
just
is though,
what it is.
man. So, but the thing is though, why is it that these guys are so angry, and why don't they have like psychiatric evaluation for these folks getting on these
On a
jobs to be
regular
police
basis.
officers?
Not
Yeah,
just
they have like a yearly psych eval. Seriously,
No,
like
even more frequent than that. Because a year is a long time.
I don't disagree.
Somebody's
I don't
fine.
disagree. Maybe on a biannual basis, I don't know, but they need to have something that they're not getting anything now.
and just to show you how crooked these killers were, 'cause that's what they need to
Oh
be.
no, that's what they're killers.
I don't think,
We don't have to dance around that.
as cops,
Murderers.
that's what they are.
Murderer.
Because I look at it, they were shouting out stuff that they know could be in their defense that wasn't true, that they were saying to why
They've
they
done that
were
before. They've
speeding.
done that before, Razor.
Right.
They've done
It's
it before.
repeated offense.
Yeah, they've done it before. You can tell they've done it before.
Yep.
It's so well rehearsed.
I heard that theirs was like, I'm not sure. I think I was reading up like they're part of. Well, I think they dismantled it, but they were
Yeah, it's
part of
the
Scorpion.
Scorpion team or whatever.
Scorpion
Yeah.
unit. Yeah.
But to me, they all the same. It
It's
can
a
be
sick
white,
acronym,
it
that's
can be
all.
black. Their code is they all blue. Defend the blue. It's all about the blue, blue, blue,
So
blue.
people get it twisted when they say, "Oh well, it's not about race." It can still be about race, just because you're black. The system of blue is
That's what I
in
said.
itself racist.
Comes everything when it comes
Yeah.
to
It already programmed those dudes.
They have been co-opted by the
to look
system.
at black dudes as issues, and they would have never done that to a white dude.
No.
But guess what though? The funny part is, if they were off duty and got caught, they could have been the one beaten to death. And they don't even realize that.
They never
I don't
look
think
at
it needs no courage to them. I don't think it needs no courage to them. They're so smart.
And the thing is, like, my question
man.
is, so is the video they charges quick, fire quick? Is it because everybody's saying like, oh, the chief police acted quick and it was the district attorney, but my thing is this,
because she's smart. That's why.
but
she's smart.
is it because of the video the way it was, or is it because they black? So see,
You
we
know
don't
what?
not only white people do it, you see it, the black people do it.
But I'm gonna tell you something though. I'm gonna tell you, for me, I want to see the charges, and then the next time somebody white do it, I want to see the same quickness.
Oh, come on, man.
Then we can say it's because it's potentially because they were black, white,
short
so
man.
quick.
You pushing it.
Am I pushing it? I'm expecting too much.
Yep.
You
Too much.
Yes,
I'm pushing it. Okay.
That's not.
Fair enough.
Too
That's
much.
not.
I can only pray and hope. I can only hope and pray.
I'm over prayers.
What you asking for is impossible.
Yes.
Hey, listen, I'm an optimistic guy. I'm still optimistic in 2023.
That's
For a minute, it kind of waned a little, but it's back. I'm optimistic.
It's too
I'm
much
optimistic.
You got too much ops and not enough mystic.
It's not.
Listen,
It's
I
not.
gotta be optimistic, man.
It's not. It's not going to happen.
I got to hope and pray for something.
You got too much opt and not enough mystic.
Listen, if I stop hoping and praying, then it's no good. I got to hope and pray for something. I can't give up.
You know why they got punished that quick is because they was black.
And guess what, guy? Guess what? The dummies didn't realize that they thought the blue was gonna protect them. Ain't no blue coming to save you
I
now.
ain't see no
You
blue
going to
like
jail
that.
with other criminals that you put there, and God help you when they catch you in there.
Yep.
I ain't seen
don't
God
think
help you when they
it-
catch you in
better
there.
signs.
Listen.
Nobody ain't came out and say, you know, these cops. All I see is them same dudes we used to be on TV that used to say, all he had to do is comply. Hear what they saying now? This is the worst beating I've ever seen in my life.
And everybody knows it's heinous. Because listen,
this
listen,
is
it
humane.
is heinous, but those guys are hypocritical. It's heinous,
course
but the
they
people that's normally protecting back in the blue is hypocritical.
Yeah,
And it's convenient now that it's so heinous. That it's so heinous.
Exactly.
So these guys, we're not backing them because they're black. We're not backing them because they're so heinous. It just worked out for them that way that they can kind of
Yeah.
But like you said, I've seen on news, like you said, I've seen on news where a guy came up here and he said, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, really?